Hi, a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss this particular question. This question was asked for the real IELTS examination on 19th of March 2022, Saturday afternoon session. It's an opinion question. Internet technology means people do not need to travel to foreign countries to understand how others live. To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is the question that we have seen. Now, we have a statement part in the question. The statement part says like this: Internet technology means people do not need to travel to foreign countries. It means it's not mandatory for people to visit other countries to know how the people live there. To what extent do you agree or disagree to this statement? Now, when we go ahead with the introduction, so we have to state what exactly the topic is, and we have to state what is your stand there. So I have two things to be said in the introduction. The first thing is the introduction of the topic which I'm going to discuss in the paragraphs, and your own personal opinion. These two things are the integral parts of the introduction. So only these two things should be there. We don't need anything, which we should make introduction as brief as possible. We should make it as formal as possible. So I just selected two sentences there. So it is generally believed that, so this phrase represents, it's a general opinion. It's not my personal opinion. It's not my personal opinion. It's a general opinion. So it's generally believed that internet technology has given people opportunities to know about global culture, tradition, and lifestyle without traveling across the country. So this particular sentence is rephrased in a formal way in this particular part of the introduction. Now, this is true to a greater extent, and the reasons are enlisted in the ensuing paragraph. Now, to what extent do you agree is answered here, to the extent of which this thing is correct. So it's already given. My opinion is clear. It's true to a greater extent. So we have to write more about the agreement part, because we have said greater extent. And why I have made the statement to a greater extent is mentioned in the following paragraph. I have listed those things in the following paragraph. Let us go ahead and discuss the lists which is presented there. In the first paragraph, you can see the most tentative reason behind my agreement is because of the visible changes that internet technology has made in the field of cultural exchanges. So when you explain in the past the situation, how the situation was, so up to this point, we can see how it was there in the past. In the past, when internet was not there, most people knew about cultures and traditions of other countries through other media like newspaper, magazines, radio, and TV. We are not going to the remote past where people had to travel miles and miles, or they had to sail miles and miles. We are not going to that extent. We are just going to the immediate past. So just before internet, what was there? We're not going back to around 1,000 years or 1,500 years. We are just going ahead with a century ago, 50 years ago, what happened. So newspaper, magazines, radio, and TV. Okay, there from these um, media, people used to get information, and this information, whatever the information, it was limited. And people had to travel to distant countries to know about how people live there. So if people wanted to know more about these people, more about the life in the other countries, they had to travel because there was no internet. We didn't get vast amount of information from radio, TV, or newspaper or magazine. All this information were limited, not a detailed information. And however, with the advent of internet, the popularization of globalization, now internet and globalization together, it went. It's not only internet, globalization too played a vital role in this thing. Because with the internet only we can now know other culture, because cultural exchanges is more possible when globalization is stronger. The situation has changed dramatically. We can get basic information in the form of pictures and videos and data online. You can watch instantly what is happening on the other end of the world. You can say live news and can communicate live with those people. Yes, if you want to talk to a person there in the other end, you can do that. We can sing and dance with them on online platforms, and even can buy their food and attires online if needed. So all these facilities we have right now, we could not do that in the past. We could not dance with them together online. We didn't sing with them on online platforms. We couldn't understand the food they eat. Okay, so this is the way they are eating. So this is okay. So I need to have an experience to have this food. Okay, is this food available? It's there in the other part. You have to go there and eat it. Now you can have it online here because internet technology, online shopping facilities are there. In connection with globalization has allowed more trade between the countries. So internet technology has made it possible to experience new food, new clothes, your dressing style, everything. Now, by contrast, questions exist regarding to what extent this understanding is real. So there are criticisms there. And this is because critics believe that a virtual understanding is entirely different from what is in real atmosphere. The reason behind the question is because people, the skeptical people, they think that this understanding is not up to the mark. You won't be getting a in-depth understanding of the culture and tradition of another people. You just get a superficial idea there. However, I feel that internet is now capable of providing almost all updated information about a country's existing culture. So what is happening live is well described on internet. Updation are there. So if I want to edit a particular book, it takes time. But if I want to make an updation on internet, it's instant. I can do it instantly. About a place or a person, you can make updation instantly. It doesn't take that much time. To conclude, some are skeptical about the effectiveness of internet in understanding how people live in foreign countries. Though there are some people who doubt the effectiveness of internet in understanding other foreign culture, I believe it has definitely made an overseas travel redundant to know about a foreign lifestyle. So I can make a small editing, so a small know about the same. So excuse me, know about, yes. So I believe it has definitely made an overseas travel redundant. So we don't need to travel to understand how people live there in a foreign country. You don't need to go there and experience this. You can do it on internet. You can see there what's happening there. So you can do that. In the past, it was not possible. Right now, it is possible. And this is what we have said in this particular essay. That is the end of the explanation.